Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Maro and this is my gentle yoga class. I hope you'll join me today as we work on releasing the low back and specifically some passive and active releasing and stretching of the psoas muscle. All right, so I hope you'll join me. We'll need a few props. Grab 2 blocks or anything that resembles 2 blocks, like 2 pillows, and we'll need a pair of socks. So grab those, jump into something comfortable, and I'll see you soon. Okay, everyone, let's practice some yoga. So we will begin lying down on our backs and grab your socks. You can place them right next to you so you have access to them. And you might want to place the blocks at the top of the mat too, so you have those. So go ahead and lie down. If you want, you can grab a folded blanket for under the head. Just a little extra padding to your choice. And we'll start in constructive rest today. So knees are pretty wide, feet pretty wide, wider than the hips. And then allow your knees to just fall in towards each other. So they're holding each other up. So it doesn't feel like you're holding your legs up. Okay. If this doesn't work, you can always place the legs under a stack of bolsters, maybe creating a tower for yourself. But this is a lovely way to find some passive release in the low back. That's what we're working on today. Just some releasing of the low back and the psoas muscle. So go ahead and settle in, get comfortable to where you can find a little bit of stillness here for just a few minutes. And begin by releasing any distractions. There's nothing you need to worry about right now, besides just being present for this class. So let go of the distractions, resolve to set them aside for the next hour, and arrive in your body. Feel your whole body as you lie here. And begin to lengthen and deepen your breath. Find your breath and just begin to stretch it out in both directions. Breathing in long, slow inhalations. Feel your torso stretching out as you breathe in. And breathing out long, slow exhalations. You might even place your hands on your torso near your belly. Maybe your thumbs are touching the lower part of your ribs, and the rest of the fingers are kind of on your belly so that you feel those both areas as we breathe. We're trying to encourage the torso to move in all the directions, expanding like a balloon as you breathe in. So take 2 more deep breaths on your own, and then we will connect our breathing together as a group. One more deep breath on your own. And now breathe in to your belly, your ribs, and your collarbone. Exhale the collarbone, ribs, belly. Breathing in, make the belly move, ribs, collarbone. Exhale, releasing the collarbone, ribs, belly. Now breathe into the right hip, right side of the torso, right collarbone. Exhale, right collarbone, right side of the torso, right hip. Breathing in, left hip, left side of the torso, left collarbone. Breathing out, left collarbone, left ribs, left hip. Good. Breathing into the low back, mid back, upper back. Nice deep breath. Exhale, upper back, mid back, low back. One more like this. Inhaling, low back, mid back, upper back. Exhale, release that breath down the back. Good. Now total torso breathing. Inhale deeply. Let the entire torso expand and stretch in all the directions. And exhale, release. One more big breath in. Exhale, big breath out. Good job, everyone. Beautiful breathing. You can release the hands down, release the legs out, straighten the legs, arms overhead. Let's take a full body stretch here. Full body stretch. Add any organic, intuitive movement. You can rotate the wrists, move the toes, ankles, whatever feels good. Flexing the toes, pointing the toes. And from here, let's hug the knees in. Bend the legs first, hug the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze, and you can rock side to side and just notice how the body feels today. Every day is different. So meet yourself where you are, honor your body and how it feels in this moment. And release the feet down. Let's go mats width apart. If that's okay with the knees, you can have the feet a little closer if this doesn't feel good. Arms out to a T, and let's find some windshield wipers. So you'll just let the knees drop side to side, left and right, nice and slow. Continue to breathe deeply. Notice how this feels on your low back, even the low belly. You'll notice how this feels on your inner thighs, outer thighs. And take inventory of the hips and the knees. And see if you can soften a little through this for 2 more breaths. Just a soft movement, very gentle. There's no tugging or forcing. Good. The next time the knees fall to the right, let them stay there. Okay. And then bring your attention to your left leg and particularly your left foot. So we will heel toe the left foot a little more to the left. So that means you're moving your left leg a little more to the left. You're trying to get your left knee in line with your left hip. You can even look up and see if that's the case. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to find a place with a nice stretch on the top of the left thigh and then left arm up and over, reaching through the fingertips. You're creating this beautiful line from your left fingertips all the way down to the left knee. Good. And if the left knee is not happy, guess what? You can place something underneath, like a block or a pillow like this. Yeah, just to allow the knee to rest on something. Awesome. Take the right hand, place it on the left side of the torso, feeling the ribs and the left waist, and just breathe here. Let's take 3 deep breaths. I want you to inhale through the right knee, the left knee all the way up the left side of your torso, out through the left fingertips. And then as you exhale, just breathe down the left side, out through the left knee. So just find that directional breath, breathing in and exhaling, softening everything along the way. One more breath like this. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale, release. Good. We'll release the arm down. Let the knees come back up to center. Let's find a round of windshield wipers between the sides. So just go left and right, side to side a few times. And then we can let the knees drop to the left. Good. And then bring your attention to your right foot, right leg, and just heel toe that right foot a little more to the right. You're just aiming at getting the right knee in line with your right hip to the best of your abilities. You can always place that block under the right knee as an option to let the knee rest on something. Okay. Right arm up and over your head, reaching through the fingertips. Beautiful. Take that left arm, hold on to the right ribs, right side of the torso, just to encourage yourself to breathe in this area. So as you inhale through the right knee, feel that right side of the torso expand. Keep that breath traveling up the right arm, out through the fingertips, and then exhale down the right side, softening, releasing along the way. Two more deep breaths like this. Big breath in. Exhale, release. Last one. Big breath in through the nose. Exhaling, soften. Good. Release the arm down. Come back up to neutral. Let's bring that block back if you were using it. Good. And let's find our bridge stance here. So feet are hip width apart. Okay. Arms down by your sides. And just decide where you want the feet. Further away might feel better on the knees if you have some tricky knees. Otherwise, you can encourage the feet to come a little closer to the glutes. Okay. Good. All right. So let's find our breath first. Reconnect with the breath. Big breath in. Nice, long, slow breath out. Stay here as you breathe in. And as you exhale, press into the feet gently and lift the hips up just a little bit, a low bridge, just like 2 inches off the mat, and squeeze your bum. Good. Inhaling, lower the hips down, release the effort. Exhaling, press into the feet, lift the hips into a baby bridge, just like 2 inches off the mat, squeeze the bum. Awesome. Let's keep flowing in and out of this. Inhaling to lower. Exhaling to lift just a little bit. Squeeze the bum. Awesome. Press into the heels when you lift up a little more. That'll help you find your glutes. So part of releasing the low back is activating the booty. Because when we have a sleepy bum, sleepy glutes, the low back likes to, well, do all the work. And sometimes it gets a little achy. So let's find strength in the glutes. That's why we're staying low in our bridge, because this is all glutes right here. Nice and low, squeezing the bum when you come up, press into the heels in an attempt to give the low back a little rest. Let's give it a break. It's been working so hard for us. So let's find the largest muscles in our body here. A few more rounds. And as you come up, experiment with pressing a little more into the heels. It's okay if the toes want to come up. Just give the bum a nice little squeeze. Inhaling to lower, exhaling to lift. A few more rounds. This is so good for you. You can do this. Go as slow as you need to. Let's do one more. And release this down. Do anything that the body needs right now. It might be asking for hugging the knees in, some windshield wipers. I like doing constructive rest, which is what we did in the beginning of class. Just feet super wide, let the knees fall in towards each other, and just find 2 deep breaths wherever you are as you observe the effects of our low bridge and what that felt like in the body. Lovely. And we'll come back again, our bridge stance, feet hip width apart. All right. Let's make sure the knees and the toes are facing in the right same direction. So this is something you have to use your mind's eye for to check in with the toes. Where are they? Awesome. Good. Rest the arms down and let's reverse the breathing here. But so as you inhale, you'll press into the feet and lift up into your bridge, maybe a higher bridge. You can go as far as you want and exhale to lower this down. Good. Inhaling, press into the feet. You can always press a little more into the heels since we're working on a little bit of glute activation here. Exhaling to lower. Awesome. Continue at your own pace. Try to squeeze the bum to the best of your abilities as you come up. And if you want, it's your choice, but you can add the arms in this movement. Okay, so palms facing the midline is how I like to do it. On your next inhale, lifting the hips, the arms can come up and over, reaching overhead. And exhale, release the hips, release the arms. Big breath in, press into the feet, lift the hips, squeeze the bum, arms overhead. Exhale, lower everything down nice and slow. Let's do a bunch of rounds here. Go as high as you want. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. Find your own rhythm. There is no rush. Experiment with pressing a little more in the heels to see if that helps you find a little more glute activation. If you want a little extra challenge, see if you can relax your face while you're doing this. Maybe a half smile. Good. Awesome. Let's do 2 more. This is so good for you. You can do this. One more. Awesome. Release this down. You can sigh it out and find anything that the body needs right now. Maybe some windshield wipers, hugging the knees in. Just check in, take an inventory of the sensations in the body, specifically the low back. See how the low back feels. Awesome. Come back to neutral. Let's find a quick pigeon so we can stretch out the glutes that we just worked. So, right ankle over the left thigh. You can stay here if this is enough on the right hip. Otherwise, hug that left thigh in. You can interlace the fingers behind the knee. Figure 4. If this is too much, you can always find a middle point where you just rest the left foot on a block and you allow the leg to just be there without hugging in. That's always a nice option. There's so many ways to do this. So find the place and let's take 2 more deep breaths, breathing into the right hip, inhaling right hip, maybe right side of the torso, right collarbone, like we did in the beginning of class. Exhaling, release that breath down the right side, breathing out the right hip. One more. Inhale, right hip, right ribs, right collarbone. Exhale, right collarbone, right ribs, right hip. Good, good work. Release this down, release the right foot down, and let's just switch sides. Left ankle crossing over the right thigh. This might be enough on the left hip. Just take inventory. What's happening here? If you need a little more, you can hug the right thigh in, interlacing the fingers behind the right knee. If this is too much, you can find that middle point. Maybe the right foot wants to just rest on a block or a pillow, giving you a little more stretch sensation. So pick the place, honor where you are, and let's breathe up and down the left side of the torso. Inhaling, left hip, left side of the ribs, left collarbone. Exhale, left collarbone, left ribs, left hip. Good. Two more. Inhale, left hip, left ribs, left collarbone. Exhale, left collarbone, left side of the torso, left hip. Awesome. Maybe one more deep breath here. And let's release this down. Lovely. Good. Let's find round two of a recline twist. Feet as wide as the mat, and let the knees drop to the left. Good. Maybe arms out to a T. Heel toe that right foot all the way to the right, as far as you can go. Right knee in line with the right hip. You can place a bolster or a block under the right knee. Good. Right arm up and over. And let's hold here for 3 breaths as we prepare ourselves for some core work. Let's stretch the hip flexors first. Get a stretch in the psoas muscle. Reaching through the right fingertips. So by yourself, I want you to take 2 more deep directional breaths, breathing up the right knee all the way up to the right fingertips and exhaling down the right side of the body. Let that be your mini meditation here. One more breath. Release the arm down, knees back up to center. Just a quick windshield wiper side to side, left and right as a transition. And then let the knees fall to the right. Round 2 on the left side, heel toe the left knee as far to the left as possible. You're aiming at getting left knee in line with left hip, left arm up and over. Maybe the right hand on the left side of your torso to encourage yourself to breathe. Take 3 deep breaths here, inhaling up the left knee, left side of the torso, out through the left fingertips. And as you exhale, breathing down the left side of the body, relax and soften. As you release tension, stickiness, tightness. 2 more breaths. Good. Release this down, release the arm, come back to neutral. This is where you're going to need your socks if you're not already wearing them. So grab the socks, let's put them on. Maybe you can do this without getting up. A ninja move here, right? Try to get the socks on lying down. Okay. Awesome. Once you get your socks on, let's find our bridge stance. Feet are hip width apart. Okay. Arms down by your sides. Good. And then I want you to see if you have a little bit of space between your low back and the floor. So let's find that natural curvature in the floor. And you can play around with tilting the hips back, which plants the low back on the mat, or tilting the hips forward, which creates a lot of space in the low back, right? So you want to find that perfect place where there's just a little bit of a curve in the low back, almost like you can thread a Sharpie under your low back, okay? Once you find that, reconnect with your breath, breathing in, filling the balloon inside of your torso, letting everything stretch out. And as you breathe out, just encourage the belly to hug in and up. A little gentle core activation just with your breath. Let's do that 2 more times before we move. This is just breathing only. Inhaling, letting everything stretch out in all the directions. Exhaling, a gentle hugging in and up of the belly. You might even feel the pelvic floor here. One more like this. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Now, on your next inhale, slide that left heel out on the mat. Your leg is straightening, sliding the left heel out. As you exhale, just gently slide it back into neutral where we were. Hug the belly in and up. Inhaling, slide the right heel out gently on the mat, straightening the right leg. Exhale, sliding the heel back. Feel that hugging in and up of the belly. Gentle core activation. And we'll just go side to side like this. Inhale, slide the left heel out. Exhale, slide it back. Belly in strong. Inhale, right heel gently slides out. Exhale, slide the heel back, belly in strong. Good. Now you know why we needed the socks. Keep going at your own pace. Maybe you close your eyes. Maybe you soften your face as you do this. And really feel the belly scooping in and up as you breathe out. Maybe you play around with feeling the low belly in before you slide the heel back. See if that changes things for you. Awesome. So you can continue to do this just with the legs, or feel free to add the arms. So the next time the right heel slides out, left arm reaches up and over. So we're doing opposite leg, opposite arm. Exhale, bring everything back. Inhaling, left heel slides out, right arm goes up and over. Exhale, bring everything back. Don't forget to scoop the belly. So keep moving. If the arms are complicating things, you could just do the legs. Don't worry. Let's do a bunch more rounds. You got this. Stay with the breath. Stay with the movement. You can do this. We'll do one more on each side. Last one. Or you can finish out on whatever side you didn't start with if you want to make it even. And once you're done, we'll meet in neutral. Pause here and just notice the sensations in the belly, the low back. Take a quick inventory without any pride, without any judgment. Just notice what's there. Awesome. Hug the knees in towards your chest. Good work, everyone. Rock side to side. And you can get rid of the socks. We won't need them anymore unless you like wearing them. Good work. And from here, go ahead and let the feet go up towards the ceiling. Try to straighten the legs as best you can. Fingertips up to the ceiling. And let's just find some rotation here in the wrists and the feet. Just go in one direction. And then maybe you change, go the other way. A little bit of movement here. You can flex the toes, point the toes, and watch how the hands want to join. It's hard to do one thing with the hands and something different with the feet. Ah, good. Now flex the feet. Let the toes come towards your face. Encourage the heel bones to move up to the ceiling. And then let the arms reach up over your head. It's okay if the legs aren't fully straight. Take a nice breath in here. And as you exhale, hug the knees in. Let's do two more like this. Big breath in. Stand on the ceiling, arms overhead. Exhale, hug yourself. Last one. Big breath in. Exhale, hug. And from here, Lean to one side, and we'll gently press ourselves up to hands and knees so we can explore some more movement, more releasing of the low back. And you might take your blanket with you, place it under the knees for some extra padding. Good, and we'll all meet in a neutral tabletop. So knees under your hips, and then hands under the shoulders, but I like to move them a little more forward. It gives my shoulders a little more space. So they're kind of in line with your face. So look at the right hand, spread the fingers in the right hand, gently press the fingertips in the mat, gently press the palm. You might feel an arch in the middle of the palm. That's great. That's okay. Good. Look at the left hand, spread the fingers, spread, spread, spread in the left hand, gently press the fingertips, gently press the palm. Awesome. Go ahead and tuck the toes and take an inhale here where you are. And as you exhale, just send the hips back as far as they want to go. Okay. Maybe you sit on the heels. You don't have to. Give the wrists a little break. And then inhale to come back to table, challenging the wrists just a little bit. Spread the fingers. Exhaling back. Give the wrists a little break. Awesome. Let's just go back and forth like this. Inhaling up. If you want to go a little more forward, you're challenging the wrists a little more, but it's your choice. Okay. Be gentle on the wrists. We need them for some more movement. And exhale. Send the hips back. Give them a break. Let's do two more. Last one. Inhale, come back up to neutral. You can keep the toes tucked if you want. It's your choice as we move through some cat-cow movement. Take a nice inhale as you drop your belly, lift the gaze, and you can exhale to neutral if you have osteoporosis. Otherwise, round the spine, releasing the head and neck. Nice inhale to arch the spine, shoulders away from ears. Exhaling to neutral or round the spine. Good. Let's do a few more. Moving at your own pace, using your own breath. Noticing what this feels like on your low back. And the next time you exhale, let's sigh the exhale out of the mouth. Really releasing tension. Let's do that again. Inhale deeply through the nose. Open your mouth and sigh the exhale. Last one, big inhale through the nose. Open your mouth and release. Release to relax. Good. Come back to neutral. And now we'll find ourselves on our bellies. So let's take the blanket with us. I like to fold it like this, just one more time, and place it under your right under, the low belly and your pubic bone. So kind of low belly, pubic bone area. And then if you want, you can even get like a towel or another blanket so that you have a place to rest your forehead, just so that you don't have to scrunch up your nose. Otherwise, you could just let your forehead rest on the mat and let your nose be. So the arms are going to be by our sides, fingertips reaching towards the feet. Okay. All right. So let's start with the feet. Press the tops of the feet into the mat, or feel as though you're pointing your toes, whichever one helps you activate the legs a little bit. The knees will come off the mat. A gentle squeezing of the bum. And if you decide that you don't want the blanket where it is, that's okay. You can remove it, or maybe you need to shift where it is. Maybe it needs to go a little lower or a little higher. That's always an option. All right, so pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, lifting the kneecaps, squeeze the bum, reach the fingertips towards the feet. And as you inhale, let's find this half locust where you're lifting up your upper body, peeling the chest up just a little bit. Arms even come up as you breathe in. And then exhale to lower yourself back down, resting for just a moment before we move again. So inhale, peel your chest up. Nice little back bend. Exhaling to lower. Good. Keep flowing like this. If you're feeling crunchiness in the low back, don't come up so high and squeeze your bum. Squeeze the glutes here. Feel strong in the back body. So you're in control of how far up you come. You are in control of your body. So do whatever feels good here. Let's do a few more rounds. There's no magic in coming up higher. The magic really is in just getting the shoulders away from the ears and just peeling your chest up just a little bit. Good. One more. And let's rest. Go ahead and make a pillow for yourself with your hands. Rest your forehead. You can shimmy the hips side to side. That might feel good. Or you can bend the knees and let the feet flop side to side. All right, that was round one. We're going to do 2 more rounds. You got this. Good. All right, let's go for round 2. Arms down by your sides, forehead on the mat or maybe on a blanket. All right, press the tops of the feet into the mat. Lifting the kneecaps, squeeze the bum, reach the fingertips towards your feet. That helps get the shoulders away from the ears. Good. And as you inhale, peel your chest up, little baby back bend. Exhale to lower. And this time you can keep doing this, just the upper body. If you want, you can include the legs. So as you inhale, you're coming into like this Superman pose. Legs and arms coming off the body. You're just kind of on your belly and the front part of your hips. And exhale to lower everything down. So it's your choice. You can include the legs. And I've got some space between my feet as I come up. That feels better. But if you like to have the feet touching, you can try that. Do what feels good in your body. Just move with your breath. Go as high as you want to go. Inhaling, reach for your feet, shoulders away from ears. Exhaling, relax the effort as you lower. Let's do 2 more. Last one. And rest. Awesome. Good, good, good. We are actively releasing the psoas muscle, working the bum, which helps the low back release. So a lot of good things happening here. Sometimes forward bending feels good on the low back, but I find that back bending does the trick. Back bending does the trick of really releasing the low back. All right, everyone, we have 1 more round. You can do this. This is so good for you. We don't do a lot of back bending in life. We're always forward bending, right? Leaning forward, rounding of the spine. So we're doing some good stuff here. A lot of the things we don't normally do. All right, let's position ourselves again, forehead on the mat or on a blanket, fingertips reaching towards the feet. And you have an option to do what we did earlier. Okay, as you inhale, you can do the upper body. You can do the upper body with the legs. This time, I would like to hold it. So as you inhale, come up, arms and legs if you like. Okay, so you can choose to do any variation that we did. If you want to try this third variation, stay here, continue to breathe. Okay, and just to add a little more challenge, as you inhale, let the feet move away from each other. As you exhale, bring the toes together. Inhaling, legs move away. Exhaling, feet come together. Good. Continue to reach the arms, the fingertips towards the feet, shoulders away from ears. Super strong bum. You can lift up as high as you want. You don't have to go too high. So again, pick which variation that we've done that works for you here, wherever you are. Let's hold for 2 more breaths. You got this. You are stronger than you think you are. Last one. And exhale, release this down. Whew. Oh, beautiful job, everyone. Good work. So pause here. Notice how your breath changed. Notice your heart that's beating. Bend the feet, let them flop side to side. Sorry, bend the knees. Don't bend the feet. Bend the knees and just let your hips and your legs just shift side to side. That'll feel really good here. And let's release that down and we'll find our counter pose. So press yourself up through table and we'll find child's pose for just a few breaths. You can bring the blanket back under your knees again. Sink the hips back as far as they want to go. You can make a pillow for yourself in child's pose. And let's take 3 deep breaths. See if you can use the breath to help you surrender here, to help you soften. Feel a release in the body so that you can relax. Take a nice, long, slow, deep breath. One more. And we'll slowly come up again towards tabletop. So reach the fingertips forward, come up to table, and let's grab our blocks. We will need our blocks for this movement, okay? So place the blocks here at the top of the mat. All right. And let's step the right leg through. Right leg through, just like this. All right, we want to make sure the hips are squared. Okay, sometimes I like to come up and just check to see where are my hips and feel them. They're both facing forward, 2 flashlights. All right, and a lot of times it requires a little pulling back of the right hip, bringing forward the left hip to really square them. All right, once you have that, go ahead and rock forward, maybe a little arch in the spine, like you would cow here, like a cow pose. As you breathe in, and as you breathe out, just send the hips back on a straight line, like someone's pulling your hips back. All right, and let's go forward and back like this. Inhaling to rock forward in this low, low lunge. Exhaling to send the hips back on a straight line. That front leg doesn't have to straighten. It can if it wants. Do whatever feels good here. Breathing in, rock forward. Breathing out to half splits. Feeling the stretch in the back of the right leg. Good. Let's do a bunch more like this. Let the breath move you. Each time you inhale and you come forward, encourage shoulders away from ears. Each time you come back, just allow the upper body to surrender. Good. Let's do one more. And the next time you inhale, come all the way up to your low lunge. Bring both arms reaching up. Awesome. Now you'll place the right hand on the right thigh. Okay, right hand on right thigh. Let's check in to make sure hips are squared. Yep. All right, good stuff. And then release the left arm down by your side. So the fingertips are facing down on the left arm. Good. So as you inhale, lean forward just a little bit and bring that left arm reaching up and over, feeling this length on the left side. And as you exhale, pulse back, release the arm down. So we'll just go back and forth like this. Inhaling to lean a little forward, reaching the left arm up, feeling that length from the left knee all the way up to the left fingertips. And then exhaling to come back. All right, let's do that. Try this. Feel as though you're really telescoping the left side of your torso, like everything's just reaching up, finding this length, as if you could stretch out your low back doing this. Feel as though the low back is stretching. Good. If you want to make this a little more challenging, you could do both arms. You could release both fingertips towards the floor. Inhaling, lean forward, reach both arms up. So it's your choice. Both are great options. Just pick one. This is just a little more challenging for your balance. Awesome. Let's do two more. Big breath in, move with the breath. Big breath out. Come back. Last one. Good. And let's release this down, hands on the blocks, and come through tabletop. You can release the blocks for a moment here. Let's do a few cat-cows between sides. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhaling to neutral or cat pose. Good. Big breath in, shoulders away from ears. Big breath out, round the spine, press into the hands, release the head and neck. Good. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in nice and slow. Breathing out. And come back to neutral tabletop. Grab a hold of your blocks. Let's step that left leg through. Low lunge on the other side. Good. Square the hips. Yep. You might need to encourage the left hip back, right hip forward a little so you can find the squared hips forward. Good. And then as you inhale, rock forward, a little arch in the spine. As you exhale, just send the hips back on a straight line, like someone's pulling your hips back. Maybe the toes come up in the left foot. They don't have to. Your choice. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, send the hips back. If you want to challenge your balance, you can close your eyes and just feel your body moving through this. It's just an option. Do whatever feels good. You can always tuck the back toes for a little more stability. Awesome. Inhaling, arching the spine, a little cow pose. Exhaling, release the upper body over the left leg. Good. Let's do two more. Last one. And the next time you breathe in, come all the way up to low lunge. All the way up. Good. Get yourself set up here. Hips are squared. Awesome. And then place the left hand on left thigh. Release that right arm down. Good. And we'll do the same, pulsing in and out of low lunge so we could stretch that low back. Really get into the psoas. So as you inhale, lean forward, reach the right fingertips. Exhaling to pulse back. Awesome. We'll go back and forth like this. Inhaling. Exhale. Breathing in. Feel that length from the right knee all the way up to the right fingertips. Breathing out. A moment of rest. Good. You can keep doing this. Just you doing it with one arm. You want to challenge yourself. Let's include both arms. Inhaling. Reach both arms. Telescope the whole torso. Exhale to pulse back. Stay with the breath. Let the breath guide you here. Breathing in, can you feel the torso stretch out in all the directions? Just like we did in the beginning of class. Last one here. And release this. Good work, everyone. All right, so we'll come down, release the left leg down, and let's find child's pose for a nice little rest. Good effort. Let's let go of all of the effort here. If child's pose doesn't feel good for you today, you can always lie down and just hug your knees into your chest. I wanted to offer that. Child's pose can be tricky for some people, so don't feel bad if it's not working for you. Wherever you are, let's release all the effort and just take 5 nice deep breaths, surrendering, softening. If there's still something you need to release, you can let it go as you breathe out. Release and relax. One more breath wherever you are. And we'll slowly make our way to a seat so that we can meditate together as a group. I'd like to show you a different way of sitting today as an option that you can pick instead of sitting cross-legged. One of the ways that I sit that feels really good on my low back is to straddle either two blocks, and sitting on blocks is not really comfortable. So I like to put the blanket over the blocks and then I straddle the blocks. And this feels great on my low back because my pelvis is kind of automatically in neutral. And the higher up I am, that's why I put two blocks instead of one. It just feels like my legs are hanging down. So like I'm held up and the legs are just flowing. You can also straddle a bolster, especially if you have like a really big one. If you have two small bolsters, you can stack them. So you can also straddle the bolster. All right, so pick one. Pick one that works for you, that feels good. If this doesn't work today and you don't like it, no worries. You can sit any way that you want for our meditation. So first, let's find a little breathing so we can calm the nervous system a little more. So we'll do some alternate nostril breathing. I like to take my index finger and my middle finger, place it in between the eyebrows of my right hand. I'm using my right hand. Awesome. And then I use my thumb to close off the right nostril, and I use my ring finger to close off the left nostril. The pinky doesn't really do anything. It's just tucked in, taking a nap. So let's go ahead and close off the right nostril with the thumb. Take a nice inhale through the left nostril. And close the left nostril with the ring finger. Exhale out of the right nostril. Inhale right. Plug it with the thumb. Exhale left. Inhale left. Plug it with the ring finger. Exhale right. Inhale right. Plug. Exhale left. And keep going at your own pace. See if you can breathe in and breathe out for a nice long count of 4. Just make sure your inhales and your exhales are equal in length. So whatever count of 4 you're using to breathe in, use the same count of 4 to breathe out. Let's do one more round. And when you're ready, you can release the hand down. Just pause where you are. You can keep your eyes closed. or you can leave them open. It's up to you. Pause and believe in yourself. Believe that you can sit in stillness and that you can have stable, clear, calm attention, feeling and following the breath or meditation object. So believe in yourself because we all have the seed of concentration and mindfulness. Let's just take a few minutes here to be increasingly interested in the breath. Just feel and follow the sensations of breathing. Be fascinated by your dear friend that's always there for you. And if you need a tool to use while you're here, you can feel relaxation as you breathe in and sharpen your concentration as you exhale. Just follow the exhale all the way to the pause, the bottom of the exhale. Inhale, relax. Exhale, sharpen the concentration, following the out breath all the way to the bottom, to the unforced pause. Try that for 10 rounds of breathing. Beautiful job, everyone. Feel really good about meditating. Let that sink into your being. And if you totally found your groove and you've dropped in, you can meditate for as long as you want, or you can join me in Shavasana for a 2-minute rest. Not long, but the body needs to rest and absorb the practice. without moving quite yet. Just feel your body, whether you're lying down or in a seated meditation posture. Just feel your whole body. Feel really good about practicing today. Let's take in the good. Take in all the good around you. And you can begin to wiggle fingers and toes. Just find a little bit of movement. It feels really good to lengthen the inhale as a way to wake up, reaching the arms overhead. You could take a full body stretch. You can do the same thing in seated. Reach the arms overhead. And on an exhale, hug the knees in if you're lying down. And then fall to one side and just pause for a moment. There's never any rush. No rush. Gently push yourself up to a seat so we can end the class together. Palms together, hands at heart. You can bow your head towards your heart. I wish you all a wonderful day. I hope you feel some relief in your low back. Namaste to all of you. The light in me honors the light in all of you. Namaste. Have an awesome day.